Episode 23 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divine anime series was a heartfelt episode that sheds more light on the character of Ikuo, while also developing him further. It wasn't the Suo versus Ikuo rematch that I'd hoped for, but I would say this route was better. So, let's talk about it. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today, well, the main character focus is of course Ikuo. He was the only destined one to still be mind-controlled after winning his opening match. Now, we all thought his wish was to visit Cray, and yes, that is still the case, but further down, his true wish is to be friends with Suo once more. As a kid, Ikuo was often alone and outcasted for being weird because of his dream of wanting to go to Cray. Everyone thought that he was either an alien or just weird, except Suo. Suo liked this idea and the two bonded over it and quickly started talking, studying, doing other activities and playing Vanguard together. Ikuo's private dream then became their combined wish, and I loved how, within this flashback, we not only see Suo bringing friendship into Ikuo's life, but also hope and inspiration, as whenever Ikuo was feeling like going to Cray was an impossible task and that they can never do it, Suo was always there to help reject that idea and raise that belief that they could in fact go there one day. This helped to show that the wish was also important to Suo as well as to Ikuo. Now the show does continue the theme of echoing the fact that no one knows you better than yourself, as just like what they did with the Hikaris, we see a younger version of Ikuo helping himself in the present break out of Sybil's mind control. And then remember what his real dream is. That is to be friends with Suo again. Helping him realize that Suo in this present day is still fighting because he believes that Suo likes this world. Yes, Suo has changed and is not the same kid as he was back then before the accident that killed his parents, but he's still his friend deep down. This helps give Ikuo a way to move forward and take on and help take on this anti-hero role fighting to protect Suo's new life, as he believes that he doesn't deserve to be Suo's friend after joining Sybil. Yet we all know that Suo, with his memories now restored, will easily forgive Ikuo, just like how every other fated member has forgiven their destined fighter. So I want to see that reaction to, or that moment I should say, when we see Suo and Ikuo finally talking after all this is said and done. Seeing all of this emotion on display from Ikuo helped to humanize him more and add more weight to the friendship that he had with Suo. It was heartbreaking seeing the reaction and how Ikuo was waiting alone in the spaceship for Suo after Suo's parents died in that accident. As obviously we know Suo lost his memories, so he wouldn't remember who Ikuo is or even the dream. As a young kid, you can forgive Ikuo for not knowing how to react to the situation, and since he's just lost a dear friend, he's also afraid to lose his dream, as it was Suo that helped build up that dream and helped Ikuo to continue to follow that dream. Even after all the other kids his age were telling him that it was fake or it was impossible or weird or creepy, Suo was the only one who stood by him all this time. And now that Suo has lost his memories, Suo doesn't have that desire to visit Cray, all those memories they created together. So you can understand why a younger Ikuo would feel like he doesn't know what to do and just revert back to being alone. Another small thing that I love from this episode were the destined ones being there for Ikuo, helping him snap out of that mind control. Throughout the tournament, we've seen Ikuo act supportively towards the others and their dreams, encouraging them. Just like how we see Suo encourage Ikuo in the past. But this is also the first time since his friendship with Suo ended that Ikuo has had people close to him. Or you could say, has had friends. So this was great seeing him still So it was great seeing them all still there for Ikuo as this is the first time we kind of see them act like a unit, act like a team together and be supportive. Yes, I know we've seen them hang around and watch the result of all the other fights, but this just shows that they actually did see what Ico was doing in supporting them throughout the tournament and decided, you know what, we need to help this guy too. And I really like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I like seeing Levrius evolve and become the King of Destiny, but this will only make Akina's match more difficult, as Sybil is going to win, unless they do a Ico wins but then Sybil possesses him kind of angle, but that doesn't seem very likely, and would only be likely if Suo was the main character, as Akina doesn't have that connection with Ico like he has a connection with Now. Plus, Evil Now just looks incredible, so please don't change that design just yet. And speaking of things that looked incredible, let's talk about the unparalleled Vaga Rakasha. As we learned that Sybil has the power and knowledge of both Now and Hikari, and using Now's deck, but with an additional twist, was a cool little gimmick that this character has, but I do wish we see more of an evolution, more of a individualism from this character when it duels Akina. Now the twist was, we get a new form of the Unparalleled, a more darker looking unit. And it looked insanely good, and I can't wait to see it in action within the next episode. However, I do feel like this is a little underwhelming for a final villain sort of boss unit. So I kind of hope that when Sybil beats Ico, it absorbs the Destined King's power to then get another evolution. Maybe then we can see Sybil himself as a card enter the stage when facing Akina. Because yeah, this just seems a little bit underwhelming. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, I love seeing this unit, but for a final boss, his skill's gonna have to be broken for it to be that. Finally, the music was perfect in this episode, and it blended brilliantly with the stunning animation, the top quality voice acting from all the characters involved. This all helped to boost the value and the enjoyment of this episode as a collective. So yeah, I love this episode a lot. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comments down below. And if you're wondering about my Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush content, it is still coming, I promise you that. I just want to get a few episodes done in bulk before uploading them. Just because then I can catch up and get everything out nice and smoothly. So please just be a bit more patient. I know a lot of crazy things are happening right now and I've not seen them yet, so please don't spoil me on what's happening in Go Rush. But let's continue, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, alligator, matane, goodbye.